Happy 4th of July, everybody. I can't believe we are already halfway through the year. So this week's video is a mid-year review. Let's get into the stats. We are looking at Westlake Village, Thousand Oaks, SIMI Valley, and Moorpark. Westlake Village is the blue line, Thousand Oaks is the red line, gray line is Moorpark, and the green line is SIMI Valley. So right now, this is for 12 months, what you're seeing. And we are looking at the average sales prices in each market. So here we go back to January, right? So this is the start of the year. Prices went up a little bit to February, and then look at that, a huge dip down into March, and then we go up a tick. Now, the reason the average sales prices dipped in March and then went up a tick is because we have a tremendously large luxury and ultra luxury market. So because the prices dipped, you're seeing an increase in average prices, but the reality is prices in all price points have been coming down. And then you see again, as of June, we see everything is pretty much coming down with the exception of Moorpark and Simi Valley, which have remained pretty much flat. Those two cities have very affordable housing and much more, the demographic is much more even versus Westlake Village and Thousand Oaks, which have huge variance because there are, $35 million homes in Westlake Village and Thousand Oaks, and there are also seven and $800,000 townhomes in those two cities. All right, so then let's take a look at price per square foot. And we go over here to January. We see there was a little bit of an increase in February in price per square foot, and then into March, and then from March to June, April, we see a dip in Westlake Village. The dip happened in Thousand Oaks between February and March. We actually see it climbing in Simi Valley and Moorpark until now, until between May and June, where it dipped. It pretty much remained flat in Simi Valley. All right, now let's take a look at, I'm sorry here, this is being blocked. New, new listings. All right, so new listings from January, we start to see an increase in inventory. Simi Valley had the largest increase in inventory. Thousand Oaks increased between March and April tremendously. It went from 84 to 115. Westlake Village is over here, and they went up as well. Now, remember, when you guys are looking at Westlake Village on this line graph, this is the city of Westlake Village, which is only in Los Angeles County. There is another half to Westlake Village, which is technically Thousand Oaks. So the Thousand Oaks numbers you see, a portion of those belong to the other Westlake Village, which is technically Thousand Oaks. All right, now let's look at months of supply. All right, here we go. So months of supply. Here we are in January. There were 3.5 months of supply in Westlake Village, 2.3 in Thousand Oaks, 2.5 in Simi, and 1.5 in Moorpark. Now, here we are in June, and we have almost 5 months of supply in Westlake Village. Thousand Oaks has 4, Simi Valley has 4.1, and Moorpark has 3.9. All right, here is the last stat we are going to look at, which is days on market. All right, now days on market over here in January, we went up big to 78 in Westlake Village, 52 in Thousand Oaks, 42 in Simi, and 76 in Moorpark. Then they started dropping over here in March to 31 in Westlake. This March is the start of the selling season, right? So typically, we should see between March, April, May, we should see a big drop in days on market. But you can see that these lines are so conflicted over here, depending on which city you're in. Westlake Village went from 31 in March to 50 days on market in April. Thousand Oaks went from 38 to 28. They both went opposite directions. Simi Valley went from 45 to 39, and then Moorpark went from 47 to 27. And then by the time you're over here in June, Westlake Village average days on market is 46, Thousand Oaks is 37, Simi Valley is 41, and Moorpark is 30. And I can't stress enough right now for the sellers that are listening the importance of pricing your home correctly in this type of market. We are now in a buyer's market. We have been for the last couple months, and as such, it is very competitive now. So you must price your home to sell. All right, so that wraps up the mid-year review for the stats. But I also would like to show you guys what's going on with interest rates real quick. They went down a little bit last week, but then they ticked up a little bit yesterday. 30-year fixed is up to 6.75. The 15-year fixed is at 5.98. 30-year jumbo is at 6.85. The 7 and 6 SOFR arm is at 6.32. The 30-year FHA is at 6.27. And the 30-year VA is at 6.29. All right, great. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a happy 4th. Remember, if you have any plans on buying, selling, or investing, please call me, text me, email me. I would love to talk to you. Thank you so much. I am Josh Brenner with Compass right here in Westlake Village. Have a great day. Have a great 4th. And don't forget, even though it's a holiday, get some exercise, everybody. Have a great day. Bye bye.